Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Avernum 6. We are finally about to enter some new territory again. It's been a little while, although I feel like we didn't spend as much time in the Abyss as I initially thought we might. I mean, it was still a good number of episodes, but we didn't really do that much there. I mean, yeah, we did visit both Spire and Barga, and obviously we did spend a lot of time in or below Barga, but we didn't really accomplish that much. I mean, and really our main quest, the main reason we went there was a very simple one. And that one could have been done within like 15 minutes or so. Just, run in there, talk to 3 people, and head back out with the message. Anyway, it looks like in the Eastern Gallery there is a lot more to do. I mean, for starters, we have 3 separate main quests, each of which seems like it could be relatively involved. Plus, we have the ruins of Fort Avernum, or I don't know, actually, if it's completely in ruins. We'll find out. We have the ruins of Fort Avernum, which I expect to be some sort of dungeon situation, because we're supposed to find the Onyx Scepter there. Plus, it's going to be a bit of a blast from the past potentially, if it looks anything like it did in the past. Not that I would remember like super well. I kind of remember the outside area, like the above ground area of it, where you first emerge in the first game. At least I think so. As for the actual underground portion of it, I mean, I don't know that I would recognize the layout necessarily, but I wouldn't be surprised if they literally copied the map and modified it in some way, obviously. But I'm looking forward to that, definitely. Plus, of course, there used to be a billion little things to find in the Eastern Gallery back when the game actually started here. I don't know how much of that detail is going to be lost, or how faithfully that's going to be recreated. But anyway, I expect lots of, little adventures to be had here. Whereas the Abyss, the Abyss is also only like a third of the size, or a quarter. It's really way smaller. Huh. I seem to remember the Abyss being way bigger in previous games as well, but I don't know. That might not be necessarily true. Also, we didn't really... I mean, I suppose technically this is also kind of part of the Abyss, and as is this, or I always considered it that way. And these areas, at least so far, are not accessible. Also, okay, I already started doing what I was kind of expecting to do anyway, which is start this episode with a lot of talking, because as you can see, looking at our balance here, our money balance, I spent a lot of money, over 10,000. I want to say, yeah, I think we were just over 18,000. When I last recorded, and so I did a little bit of a tour of previous places. Mostly, if not exclusively, pretty much exclusively in the Great Cave. Revisited a bunch of places, checked skill trainers and shops, which is something that I had in mind, had considered doing for a little while now. I don't know if I talked about it last episode. I think I considered doing it, or then I didn't say anything. I got distracted or something, I don't know. Either way, so I went to... Well, I talked to everyone in the castle, in Patrick's Tower, in Fort Remote, Fort Saffron. Not that there are many people to talk there. I visited places like Leonard's Workshop and the Leatherworker, who is somewhere around... up there, actually? Yeah, it's right south of the Stone Circle. It's not marked on this map at all. I visited the Smith... Yeah, Comlos's Workshop. Right, Tower Colony as well. Those are mainly the places. Gnas as well. And I tried to see if I could get into Fort Emerald. But still no luck. So yeah, that's gonna happen sometime later, from what it looks like. Anyway, so what I did was, I looked for skill trainers mostly, but I also checked shops and basically talked to every named NPC to see if they had anything interesting. Obviously, most of the spell trainers, I had, exhausted their options. They had nothing left to teach us. There is someone, I want to say, in the Tower Colony who will still teach us magical efficiency. And I did consider that. It's like 1,700 or so for both my spellcasters right now, which is affordable enough. I could even go back and buy some more of that. Maybe at some point I will, but it's also cheap enough to increase, and just with skill points, so not super necessary. Plus, we do have access to it, right? Skill trainers are mostly useful for things that you can't train or that are just very expensive. Although the cost for training also depends on how many skill points it would take to increase. So, it's always going to be more expensive, either in skill points or in money. You won't really get it for cheap if the other thing is, not cheap. Anyway, what I did end up spending most on is I bought some potions, actually, because I've been finding myself using way more healing potions than I did in past games. So I stocked up on those when I came across, I think, the alchemist in Patrick's Tower, or an alchemist. So I bought their just regular healing potions and some energy potions while I was at it. I also saw an invulnerable potion for sale somewhere, even though it was a few hundred gold. I bought that one, figuring that those can definitely make a big difference. Those can make impossible fights possible, and I'm hoarding those obviously for some potential end game use. Even though I could maybe use them right now against some of the tougher encounters, or the encounters that I have left alone for the time being, for being basically impossible right now. Maybe the invulnerable potions or elixirs could make a difference for some of those, if I was willing to spend a bunch of them. But I'll keep that option in mind. So yeah, that's what I did. And then I spent, I think, mostly in Fort Remote. There's this one person who, I don't know if we ever saw that option while I was playing their recording. But now when I talked to them, and I had the option to ask them for training, and they said, no, I don't have time for that. And then there was another option, I command you to train me. And that obviously only became available, or only became successful, I guess, after we reached a certain rank in the military. And we might not have been that rank last time I was there. But this time it worked, and they train in pole weapons, dual wielding, actually, which I no longer need. So I guess I could have saved some points on that one. But oh well. Again, it was cheap to train, so it would have been cheap to buy, but, or relatively speaking. But anyway, yeah, obviously once you're past, I don't know, past 10 or so, no, I want to say that pretty much no spell trainer is going to, or skill trainer is going to be able to train you past skill level 10, if that. So anything I've invested in significantly, I will no longer be able to train anyway. But I was able to get a couple of levels of parry, just for extra protection, extra defense, basically. And I could have trained more in that, but I held off on that for the time being. And most interestingly, they also train in Lethal Blow. So I got a level each, actually 2 levels for Xaz, 1 level for Ayali. So they both have level 2 Lethal Blows, which is theoretically an 8% chance to deal 40% extra damage. And I could absolutely train more in that, but that is over 2,000 gold per training now. So, that is definitely pretty expensive. But that is definitely something to keep in mind. Yeah, and then I think that's pretty much it. I did check the smith, and I made a note at some point to try and come back with 5 or more bars of steel to see if he has anything more. But no, I have 6 fine steel right now, and still the most expensive option he offered used only 4. So it looks like he's not going to have anything better than that, presumably, unless there is something that takes more than 6 fine steel, which I highly doubt. So hopefully there's some other smith near the end game who will actually make really good things. Or else, I guess I'm just hoarding all the fine steel and focusing crystals for nothing, which is fine. Yeah, same for the leather worker here. He didn't have anything new. But that makes sense here. That's a pretty early game NPC, so again, hopefully we'll find a better, more specialized leather worker near the end game. Not really sure where that would be, but, we'll see. And I think that probably is just about it. Yeah, 9 minutes of basically just telling and not showing. Normally I would have included those kinds of things on camera as well, but I mean, nothing really happened. And, what little happened, I just told you about, so there you go. And now we're ready to enter the Eastern Gallery. Sergeant Olala, who I believe we must have talked to at some point. Sergeant Olala gawks at you, staring at your armor and weaponry. Then she looks at her bow, cavewood, and barely used. She clearly has a lot of questions, but she keeps them to herself. Huh. Why do you need my name? Okay, so yeah, we obviously have talked to her before. We keep lists of soldiers who are allowed to travel freely. There aren't many, so we can keep track of them. It's to solve the problems we've been having. Yeah, okay, desertion problems, I suppose. In one direction or the other. I need to pass through the gate. Olala nods, so everyone says. I mean, you'd think that not too many people would want to enter the Eastern Gallery at this point. Right. Problems with deserters and spies. Yes, exactly. Anyway, I give my name. It should be on the list. Sergeant Olala checks her papers. It doesn't take long for her to find you. Yes, all right. Now all we need to do is have the lizards sniff you and you can pass through. Lizards? Sniff? Excuse me. Looking for... what? Scribane? Yes, I'm afraid there have been troubles with Scribane her being carried in and out. My superiors want to make sure you don't have any accidentally. I really wonder... if something would happen here, if I did have some in my bags, which currently I don't, I think. I've been selling all the stuff. I mean, disposing of it. Having people dispose of it for me, I'm sure. I mean, I can only assume that something would actually happen, and they would just take it from me and still let me continue through, because I am under official orders. Yeah, but I guess we're missing out on that interaction, if that is a thing. Well, I order you to let me pass right now. Well, no, it's fine. All right, sniff away. I mean, she's not going to do it personally, I guess. The gate slowly opens and a soldier brings a lizard out. It sniffs at you. Then it lets out a little grunt. She gives a command. The guard stands aside to let you by. Olala says, I apologize. You're free to go. That's fine. You're just doing your job. How's the war going? I am the wrong person to ask. I would not want to spread rumors. Oh, wasn't she described as being like only, I don't know, barely old enough to even enter the service? Like, I don't know, like 16 or 17 when we came here and got the initial description of her. I seem to remember something like that, or maybe that was some other gate guard somewhere, maybe in Mario, or I don't know. Anyway, as upsetting as I would not want to spread rumors. As upsetting as they are, the headquarters for the battle are in Fort Avernum to the north. Ah, okay, so not a ruin at all. But we're not supposed to go there officially. I guess we don't really have any business there. But then again, I mean, wouldn't it make sense for us to go there first? To have been sent there first to, you know, get a status report, a situation report, before heading out to do the things that we're supposed to do in the other places here. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna go there anyway, obviously. Orders or no. And where can I rest and get provisions near here? I would go into Silvar. It's a chaotic place, but there are people there. Kotra is being abandoned by order of the crown. Oh yeah, tell me about it. I'll be going then. All right. And I apologize for inconveniencing you. It was not much of an inconvenience. It's fine. You enter the Eastern Gallery, the second largest cavern in Avernum that we know of. It stretches many miles to the west, though most of it is occupied with an enormous subterranean ocean. Occupied with an enormous subterranean ocean, yes. Well, ocean? I mean, it's a large lake. I don't know if I would call it an ocean, but sure. This is the front of Avernum's war with the Slith Horde. The invaders are currently kept bottled up by Fort Avernum to the north. All Avernum lies in fear of what would happen if the Slitherikai broke through. If they managed to seize the bridge behind you, they would be a short march from the heart of Avernum. The Horde needs to be held here. There are two major cities in the Eastern Gallery, Silvar to the east and Kotra to the northwest. You can hear Silvar from here, a constant hive of activity. You can see, dimly, Kotra in the distance. It looks very quiet, and few lights are shining. Well, there's gonna be one big light kind of soon, and then no more. Okay, first things first. Can we have a teleport pylon? No, right. Those things are only markers. They don't give you any extra information. Fair enough. But I'm guessing that's the mayor. I think that's who we were sent to talk to in Silvar. Okay, I mean, the gates are open. That's good and also expected. Oh, I almost walked right by the place I was specifically looking for. Okay, not sure that it's the most convenient location to have it over here, but I suppose it's near the north gate, so that's fine. Well, and as I said, I mean, I already basically instinctively started walking around without thinking too much about it. But I did say that I wanted to explore the area around Silvar first and potentially look at the Fort Avernum ruins, which I guess must be here. You're close to the southeast corner of the Eastern Gallery. Unlike the rest of the gallery, which has a fair amount of vegetation, this area is bare. What few plants survive are stunted and unhealthy. There is a strange feeling in the air, the tingle of powerful magic, the sort of residual aura that scares away wildlife and makes your skin tingle. Ah, yes. For once, the explanation is no mystery. You're near the ruins of Fort Avernum. Thanks for clearing up that mystery immediately. Once, when Avernum was the Empire's prison colony, this is where the newly exiled were teleported. There was a huge portal here, made by the Empire. New arrivals haven't appeared here for many years. The Great Portal long ago replaced it. However, the ruins of the fort are not entirely abandoned. You can see a wisp of smoke rising from within. Someone has settled here. And the portal itself should no longer be active, of course. So, but, I mean, I guess it's basically like radiation poisoning, right? Where some effects still linger even after the portal itself is no longer active. The place itself is still infected and unpleasant to be around. So I wonder who would have set up camp here. Anyway, let's have some combat. Oh yeah, right. Speaking of which, so that's one thing I wanted to mention. Not that it's anything major, but you know, I just remembered. So while I was in Fort Remote, looking for the training. Oh, actually, two things. Okay, so I guess we weren't quite done with the long exposition. So, well, in Fort Remote, even though that happened later, I'm gonna tell that first because, you know, whatever. As I was just looking around for NPCs, I found. No, wait, was that? Oh god, now I'm second guessing. Was that even there? It was either there or in the Tower Colony, where I found a room with behind magical portals. Not magical portals, magical barriers that I was now able to dispel. One actually had a spell tome that I saw in the past, but that was back before I had the dispel barrier spell, and I decided not to use one of my piercing crystals on it. This time, of course, I had no such issues, and I still learned it. It was a level of Cloak of Blades? No, maybe Cloak of Arrows. I guess Blades would have been moderately useful. Arrows, not so much. But we have that now. And then there was another portal past that. Why do I keep saying portal? Another barrier past that. And that actually led to a room with some undead and experimental... I don't know. Experimental zombie or something. Like, it had 1600 health or something like that. And I briefly considered including that combat on video, but I was not. I was still planning to visit a couple of places, you know, for shopping and training potentially. So that would have been a little bit awkward to piece together. So I decided to just fight that one enemy. It wasn't anything special. It summoned some skeletons and that's it. It took a little while to kill because it parried a lot. You know, it was a bit of a nuisance, but no threat. And it dropped, I want to say, a Girdle of Strength. Yeah. Like a +2 Girdle of Strength. So actually a pretty good one. But Ayali already has one, and Xas has the +2 Endurance one, which I wasn't really planning to replace, so I ended up just selling the thing. So that's one thing. And then there were a couple of barriers in the Tower Colony, I want to say. Either that or Patrick's Tower. Again, barriers that we would not have been able to, either not been able to remove with scrolls. Well, before we had the spell itself, either our piercing crystal didn't work on them, or I didn't want to use them. Either way, it was just 2 rooms with some supplies behind them. Nothing major. Some scrolls and stuff. So, you know, I just took care of that off camera. Usually I want to include even those kind of minor things on video. You know, I've been doing that, but I figured in this case it would be fine if I just mentioned it, and now I did. Okay, also, I wasn't quite done buffing yet. Ah, okay. And I was wondering if these things would ever actually notice me, or I guess become aggressive, become annoyed enough by our presence to actually do something about it. Okay. You know what? While you have nothing better to do, why don't you do a well-aimed Divine Fire? I don't know that I've used this one before. Nice. You know. So I only got that pretty recently, I think. It was quite powerful, but it was boosted by a well-aimed blow, so, you know, keep that in mind. Yeah. I mean, basically the same damage as as one of his normal fireballs. Non-boosted. You know what? Yeah, why don't you go intercept this thing? And, you know, play it a little bit safe. Okay. Okay, they're not interested in him at all. I guess I determined where the real threat was. Okay. Trying to pay attention to the combat log now for lethal blows happening. I haven't seen one yet. Decent damage though. Save your mana. Okay. Easy fight, obviously. Didn't expect anything else here. Piercing crystal, yes please. We will sell that. We definitely need money now. And obviously, you know, I spent a lot of money, and I have been hoarding it up until that point, as I do. And even now, I can't help but wonder if I'm not going to find some other NPC later, some other trainers that would train the same spells for less, because basically every single trainer I encountered was at least expensive, if not extremely expensive, or, you know, very expensive, or even utterly ridiculous, I don't know. So no one was even reasonably priced. So I wonder if maybe at some point the game is going to offer trainers that are actually way more reasonable for the same skills. I'm absolutely not sure that's going to be the case though. And either way, you know, it's the money by itself obviously wasn't doing me any good. So I figured I'd just take the risk and spend at least some of it now when it is going to do something for me. I just spotted that button there. Nice, nice. But yeah. I believe it's called FOBO, Fear of Better Options. It's definitely a thing. Definitely for me. But, you know. Okay. Yeah, these deal a good amount of damage. But they also die easily, so... Nice. So that's fine. Heal you. Get out of here. Yeah, everything's looking fine. No digging spot here? This looks like a perfect place to hide a digging spot. Just barely concealed by the wall. How enormous are we talking? 340? Yeah, they're pretty tanky, but you know what? Before I actually managed to have all of my buffs run out, we're gonna pick a fight here. Yep, they're all hostile now. Gather round, gather round. Yeah, buffs are still up. I mean, this is actually a pretty fun combination. That's... yeah, actually, hit those three, I suppose, if you have to choose. Nice. What's that one gonna do? Oh, it didn't do anything, apparently. Alright. Yeah, I mean, that's decent damage. Of course, I will usually want to be a bit more conservative with her mana, just in case I needed to keep the rest of the party alive, you know? As fun as it is to just blast things. Would be a shame if someone dies because I was a little bit too trigger happy when I didn't really need to be. Of course, killing things before they can kill us is also a thing, so, you know, it's always... It could work out either way. Anyway, let's see what that opens. Presumably something... No? Oh. No guardians in here. There's a digging spot. Flawless crystal. Thank you very much. And some beautiful crystals. I also saw, yeah, some crystals just lying around here. Okay, so the ruins of the fortress are really rather small. Oh, there's a digging spot. There we go. Another flawless crystal as well. Okay. Oh. This is the main entrance to Fort Avernum. You try to enter only to find that the front gates are closed. Nobody is here to greet you. You listen carefully. You think you can hear movement and cooking fires within. You can hear cooking fires. I guess the unmistakable sound of a fire combined with boiling soup or frying meat. I don't know. You listen carefully. You think you can hear movement and cooking fires within, right? However, nobody answers your cries. Very odd. What would we cry? Why are we crying? Oh. It's not that bad. We're gonna find some other way in. Also, there's this extremely suspicious and convenient emergency exit. Disposal. Oh. Yeah. Dangerous substances. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I did just save. This cavern was the emergency exit from Fort Avernum. It also served as a trash pit, like so many places in Avernum. Many layers of trash fill the cavern, left by succeeding generations of Evernites. The garbage is old, but there are signs of recent construction. The door in the north wall is new. It's massive and sturdy, bound by thick bands of steel. Whoever is settled here, they want their privacy. Oh, that's unfortunate. That does not sound like something we'll be able to deal with. Huh. Okay, well, let's deal with the Guardians first. Worry about the rest later. What else can we do? Can you get to this slime? Yes, absolutely. They're also, thankfully, not very tanky. It's always appreciated. Okay. Yep. Oh. That one decided to take the long way around. Obviously, we won't be able to get them both. Almost, but not quite. Ooh, nice. Yeah, it's gonna attack again. Let's save you now. Okay, that was not bad at all. What's about this door, though? Too complicated to be picked, really? Huh, but there must be a way in. We have a quest. I refuse to believe that I am just out of options here. Huh. Buttons would be very well concealed on these walls, I think. But there does not appear to be one. Okay. And there's... Now, I was gonna say that maybe if we get a boat, but, I mean, I doubt we would be able to navigate these rapids here. Okay, buttons, buttons, buttons. There has to be a button somewhere. Hello? Oh, there's no real room for buttons here, though. Okay, never mind. Huh. That's certainly not what I expected at all. Was taken to the ruins of Fort Avernum to attempt to recreate a portal here. I mean, okay. Of course, this is literally right next to Sylvar. And whoever has moved in here probably did so unofficially, uninvitedly, and, you know, the officials of Sylvar might want them driven out. So they might, I might very well get a quest to deal with this place officially, which will somehow grant me access. I mean, I don't really know how having a quest would change anything about the barred steel gate and the, well, these steel gates here, but that is definitely a very real possibility. So, does that mean we enter Fort Sylvar right now? I don't know. We still have a good amount of time left in the episode, but typically a city like that, you know, full map-sized city like this, plus one with a lot of history to it, is probably going to take a long time to fully explore. I'd rather start that one fresh, so I think we're going to maybe focus on this map here, to the west of it. Let's see what we can find here. Okay, we got some altered rats that are not interested in fighting, but I guess we are. Yes, I want to enter combat first. Okay, now they're hostile. Okay. That's fine. Still close enough together for some of this. Never getting lucky with the haste procs on Hawk. It's definitely just confirmation bias, or I guess, no, that's the opposite of it, really? Whatever, it definitely feels like he's getting way fewer haste procs than everyone else, but then again, that's, you know, almost certainly not true, because why would that be any different? Okay, not terrible, although, we'll see. Oh, okay, that was fine. And that was almost a triple kill. Oh well. Save, and nothing here, but a digging spot with a healing elixir. Nice, nice. I think there was one of those for sale as well, and I did not buy it? Or maybe I did. I'm not sure now. I think I might not have bought it because it was relatively expensive. Normal healing potions, I believe, were 42 gold, which is, you know, still maybe a little bit much for just a basic healing potion. Oh, yoink. But, you know, also not that much in the grand scheme of things. But a single healing elixir, I believe, was 280. So, yeah. Okay. Neron. This is a combination trading post and smithy, perched on the shore. For many years, merchants have stopped here to obtain supplies and get necessary repairs. Now the main customers are soldiers and desperate refugees. The proprietor is a small, greasy man with very sharp eyes. Within moments of entering his store, he has appraised your goods and made a quick mental calculation of how desperate you are. I hope the result is not very. He scuttles up and gives you a quick, low bow. Welcome, welcome. I'm Neron, and this is my humble shop. I'm eager to trade with Avernum's mighty warriors. I buy and sell as needed. Okay. Tell me about your shop. Oh, this is a good, honest little business, struggling to survive in difficult times. I buy things that are no longer needed, and I sell them to those who require equipment, usually soldiers. Please tell me if you need anything. I'm eager to assist anyone as clearly important as yourself. Yeah, okay. Alright, man. Are you afraid of the Slith Horde? He grimaces. Of course, everyone in the Eastern Gallery is. Happily, I'm positioned next to the bridge. At the first sign of a breakthrough, I will fill a pack and head south to the Great Cave. I am a trader, not a warrior, you see. Yeah, Can't blame you there. Do you do a lot of business with refugees? Of course. They leave home with all of their possessions and wind up needing to sell them, and I, of course, am here to buy them. It is very lucky for them that I'm here. Yes, I feel like we've encountered this exact kind of situation, this exact kind of merchant opportunist, like half a dozen times at this point. And, fair enough. Is there anything in particular you want to buy? He nods. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, he wants meal, and he's going to pay me for it. Well, good thing I held on to all the stuff. Actually, there is a marvelous market for sacks of meal now. Everyone is desperate. His eyes glitter with greed. Yes, I can always sell meal, and so I pay a very good price for it. If you bring bags of meal, bring them to me. If you find bags of meal, bring them to me. You will be well rewarded. And you sell to the desperate for a high price? I am a merchant, and I think your tone of voice is very insulting, although the offer still stands. I do want to see how much I get for one. Okay, sell one. For 30 coins. I mean, that's not that much individually, but we have like 50 of them. So, that's still not that much money. What I really want to know is this also giving me experience, in addition to money? If the game was really mean to punish me for being greedy, basically, and for supporting this greedy person, it would make it so that I only get money and no experience out of it. Although I'm not sure that I ever confirmed that I actually get experience and no money by donating it to the refugees in Almaria, was it? Neron takes the meal and pays you generously for the bag. Yes, profit for you, and later profit for me. Oh, you should see how the refugees... He smiles and shakes his head. Well, best not to dwell on it. If you find more, I'd happily buy it. He's not even trying to seem not evil. I mean, sure, everyone's trying to make a living these days, but, you could at least pretend to be less of a jerk about it. Let me see what you have for sale, I guess. Utterly ridiculous, of course, and utterly useless as well, from what it looks like. He does sell bags of meal for 88. That's a pretty nice markup. Healing elixirs, yeah, just, straight up almost twice as expensive than what I just reported. Yeah, thanks, but no thanks. Something I like to sell? I mean, sure, if only he paid as much more as he asks, that would be nice, but no. Pretty sure the sell prices are fixed. I mean, if anything, he would probably pay less than normal merchants. Nazil, hello? Huh? Did I click on you? I guess not. Oh, Oh, Nazil! I did not recognize the name. I should have. You tell Nazil where Murdoch is. He seems very relieved. I'm sorry. We have little to pay you, but we have this. He gives you a small bunch of coins. Thank you. We have to find him before he gets himself hurt. I mean, he explicitly didn't want that, though. Keep that in mind. But then again, you're right. You absolutely should go after him. Also, hi. There's a poor refugee wandering around the store, desperately looking for something he can afford. He's very thin, and his clothes are very dirty and torn. The proprietor constantly shoots nasty looks at him. When he sees you, he turns and gives you a little bow. Hello, soldier. I'm Nazil. I'm looking for food or something I can use to hunt it. He adds quietly, the owner is mainly interested in fleecing travelers for all he can. Yeah. Where are you from? Oh, I can hardly remember anymore. We started out near here, actually. Then we traveled to the Great Cave, and then the Great Portal. And then the portal was destroyed, and we fled, and we lost so much. What do you know about the portal's destruction? Very little. We've heard every rumor you can imagine. It was destroyed by demons, by the Slith Horde, by the Slitherica of Nas, by Nephilim, by the wretches of the Abyss. I no longer listen. It is gone and we are doomed. That is all I need to know. Yeah, what did you lose? We no longer travel with everyone we started our journey with. It was... I'm sorry. It is too painful to discuss. You sure? I mean, we found Murdoch for you. If there are other people missing, I would be happy and more than happy to keep an eye out. I guess not. You're looking for food? Or a way to hunt it, yes. I am proud. I'm a true Evernite, but I have a family to watch out for. I will take what I can. Well, here, you can take this. Give a sack of meal. He takes a sack and holds it with reverence. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Now we can move on. Maybe find someplace better. Neron watches this and mutters something about you stealing his customers. I mean, Nazil wasn't gonna buy anything anyway, right? Because he has no money, so screw you. Do you know anything about the Eastern Gallery? Only that it has become a horrible place, with no safe place to turn to. Silvar is close to anarchy, and I'm sorry, I can spare no more time to talk. I must find a way to move my family on. Excuse me. Okay, I was hoping for, some interesting little tidbit, perhaps, as a reward for my generosity, but it's fine. Is there anyone here worth talking to? I guess not. Why are these people camped out here? There's a small force of Evernite soldiers stationed here, guarding the bridge. Oh, okay. And if necessary, destroying it. It is a grim duty, and they are happy to welcome visitors. You spend some time with them, breaking bread and trading stories. They've seen a lot of actions. Slesarica raids are coming. In the end, once you have rested, you rise and move on. Oh, alright. Fair enough. This is marked as well. Yeah, army camp, okay. I was totally expecting some sort of commander here who would, we would have a bit of a more meaningful conversation with, perhaps even pick up a quest or two, but no such luck. Well, okay, with that, we still have enough time left on the clock to technically do something. I just don't want to enter Silvar yet. I want to keep that as its own thing. So, I guess we're gonna maybe start looking around. I could find the way to Kotra and presumably pick up the fast travel there. I could go up the eastern wall. Actually, yeah, I think I'd rather do that. Okay, a bunch of mutant lizards. In this very dense little mushroom forest. It looks more like a normal, albeit dead forest. Not very mushroomy. Cave wood, I suppose, is the proper term. Ooh, there's some sort of trapdoor there. How would you get there? Probably from the other side. Okay, hello, elite warriors. There are a lot of soldiers on the road, keeping clear the main route between Silvar and Fort Avernum. They greet you cordially. They warn you to watch out for Slesarica. They also let you know that unless you have orders specifically sending you to Fort Avernum, you won't be let in. Okay, it's another one of those places. I mean, I kind of had a feeling that would be the case. Alright, this is what we already saw. Anama Farms, fine meat and skins. Closed, we currently only deal with the army of Avernum. Many apologies. I mean, we are of the army. Hello there, level up. There's a large farm here, at the base of the eastern wall of the Eastern Gallery. Over the last few months, they have largely abandoned their blighted crops and turned to raising lizards. There are quite a few pens. If the sign at the entrance is to be believed, this is an Anama colony. When the farmers here see you, they get very nervous. Being soldiers, they don't stop you, but they're certainly not happy to see outsiders. Okay, why would that be? Wherever they are, the Anama tend to keep their distance from the rest of society. That is what is necessary to be free from what they see as the corrupting influences of magic. Right. Yeah, I remember those people. Anama farmer, lizard. Teacher Jessica. I don't assume she's going to teach me anything. There's a middle-aged woman here, expertly using a steel dagger to skin a dead lizard. Even though she is covered with sweat and her robes are gruesomely stained, you can tell that she is a leader here. There is something about her confidence and the way that the other Anama are constantly looking to her. When you approach, she sets aside her dagger and nods to you. Greetings. I am Teacher Jessica of the Anama. We are peaceful people here, and Fort Avernum has said that we are to be left alone. Well, left alone as in no one's supposed to come here, or no one's supposed to trouble you, because I'm certainly not planning to, look for trouble. But I am curious. What can I do? We provide supplies to the army, and we keep to ourselves, so I must ask you politely to leave. Okay, well, greetings to you too. Teacher Jessica says, and greetings to you as well, again. Okay, awkward. I hope your day greets you with good fortune. However, I must be impolite. We work to supply the army, but all of our dealings are with Fort Avernum directly. In return for our help, we are to be left alone. Yeah, okay, you literally said that. So please leave us in peace. Alright, yeah. Cool. Anama farmer. Are you moving, or are you just rooted in place there? I guess so. Huh. The dialogue doesn't seem to specify that this person is guarding this corridor here. You try to talk to one of the Anama farmers, but they're both very busy and very nervous about talking to you. Raising the lizards and keeping them under control requires all of their concentration. One of them says, please find Teacher Jessica, she speaks for us to the outsiders. Well, such as she does, I guess. Did she just say, ugh? Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard at work or hardly working? Ugh. Okay, fine. Hi there. You know, just in case I'm gonna anger people by just being here, let's save before that happens. Oh, hey, we're blessed. Nice. You know, just snooping through your stuff. Probably not stealing anything unless it seems useful. You know, don't worry about it. It's just what I do. Okay. I guess that's that? Oh, yeah. Oh, I suppose so. Somehow from the description I expected this entire area here to be the farm, but I guess it's really just this one little place here. Okay. We got a bunch of worms, frozen worms, and a... oh, wow. A huge spawn fungus, indeed. That's super healthy. I mean, it has a lot of health. It does not necessarily seem very healthy for us. Can we retreat before anything happens? Guys? Little help? Okay. Definitely seems like a good idea to maybe draw some of these enemies away from the bulk there. What was this again? A gnawing stoneworm. Okay. Okay, nice. I need to keep an eye on the mana reserves here, but for now we're good. Okay, they're slowly advancing. Oh, relatively quickly, actually, for worms. Also, okay, 5 skill points. Blade Master. I think... yeah, I think Blade Master is what I'm currently working on increasing. So I'd need to give her a Wisdom Elixir Knowledge Brew. I think it's Knowledge Brew, but I'm never quite sure what the proper term is. Despite what I said earlier, I think this is too tempting an opportunity to not do this. Although, of course, it's going to anger the worms. Hi there, a burrowing crawler. I sure hope the huge spawning fungus is not just continuously spawning more things off camera. I wonder if it would do that. If it's even considered currently in combat with us. I guess we'll see. If we can't keep up with dealing with these enemies, and they just keep coming. Okay. I mean, that thing is going to die to the next area spell. Yeah, good. I mean, he needs healing. Yeah, I should absolutely deal with that. Alright, please. Haste would be so nice. No? I mean, that was pretty efficient, pretty effective, too. Yep, that too. You know what, I'm going to... yeah, nice. To do that. Wait one turn to recover. Save. Awesome, okay. Yeah, there are some enemies left. In fact, okay, the huge spawn fungus just created this burrowing crawler, it looks like. Let us reduce its armor, because it is very tanky, of course. Ooh, that was some good damage. High speed gives second swing, yeah. I mean, there was also a well-aimed blow, of course, but still not seeing any messages about the lethal blow, which I think... I've definitely seen the message before. I'll recognize it when I see it, I think. Just gonna... Actually, never mind. We're gonna do another one of these. It's just too much fun. This is... Okay, yeah, these are rocks, so I guess you can stand there. Ooh, that's some... so good... Such good damage. Okay. The thing's fleeing. Or is it? Okay. Second swing. Well-aimed blow. Ready again. That was some really good damage. I don't know, maybe there isn't... 94. I mean, that's really, really high damage for one of her one-armed attacks. That definitely seems like it's some sort of crit. Maybe I'm wrong, and the damage, the bonus damage happening from the from lethal blow is not specifically marked. I thought it was listed as a separate attack, but I could absolutely be wrong about that. Huh. Well, either way, that was that. When I saw the health of that thing, I was a little bit worried about this potentially being a tougher encounter, but I guess it did have a lot of hit points, but not a lot of defense, so effectively, you know, making that much less of a threat. Okay, just a bunch of cash money lying around. Don't mind if I do. Oh hey, also yeah, steel helmet. I thought I saw something bright and metallic looking there. Any more worms down these tunnels? These wormholes? Well, there's a proper wormhole there, not marked on the map. And another one right here. Okay. You know what? That's probably going to be a bit of a thing as well. I will just maybe quickly finish off looking around this map. There's really not much left to look at. But there is another nest of worms here, so I guess we'll at the very least take out those. And then just quickly take one look around this rock here before calling it an episode. And next time we're going to start by going down these stairs, I think. Although, I mean, so much for the plan of, you know, so much for the plan of dedicating an entire episode to Sylvar. So maybe I'm not going to do that, we'll see. So satisfying. Oh, okay, interesting. Surprised neither of these worms decided to shoot at one of my casters, but okay. More stuff, dried meat, okay. Wait, we did check out this body, yes, we did. Okay, an abandoned little camp. And that's all it is? Or is it? Ooh, wait. Huh. Well, that's curious for sure. Obviously, there's no way in from the outside. So there has to be a staircase basically in this little room. Probably linked to these tunnels here. Okay, I'll take a very quick look, just on the off chance that there is not much to it. I mean, there's almost certainly going to be quite a bit to it. Yeah, okay, there are both of the staircases leading to, so far, separate tunnels. We got my favorite fungi. Oh no. Flaming shrub. I think those might explode. Yeah, we're gonna be shot at here, that's fine. I hope it's gonna be fine. At least these things are, you know, tend to be pretty squishy. And, huh? Oh, she was completely stunned, yeah. Submission fungi. That's right. It's kind of what they do. Now, are these specifically the flaming shrubs? Oh, wait, can I not? Oh, this is awkward. I can only get 2 of them at once. I cannot aim directly over the abyss. Okay. Yeah, and the flaming shrubs, unfortunately, or burning fungus, are completely immune. That's a bummer. I mean, you have icy rain, at least. Oh god, I should have healed. Yep, definitely should have healed. That's not great. He also lost his turn completely. She has 8 action points. So far, so good. Okay, those things are very easy to kill. You know, this is... honestly, this is fine. Okay, the burning thing did not blow up. That's a bit surprising. Totally expected it to. Oh no! Oh no! What? I was totally planning to just, you know, do a bit of a suicide attack here, suicide bombing, and then just retreat. But they thought of that. How mean is that? Okay, you know what? Fine game, you win. We could have potentially dealt with those lizards, but I mean, without our warriors, that would have been extremely inconvenient, extremely awkward to say the least, and even potentially impossible. So, yeah, okay, fine. That was a sneak peek. So there's obviously more going on down there, and it's, well, I mean, the thing is, we can deal with those fungi at max range, you know, and it's gonna be relatively safe to do, as in no one's going to die, but, you know, it's gonna take a while, it's gonna be annoying, even if we can reach those things in melee for a change. We probably don't want to do that. At least now I know that there are going to be the surprise lizards coming from behind, so that's great. Something to look forward to. Still not entirely sure if I want to deal with this right now. I think, actually, I am going to go to Silvar next. Start the next episode with that, and probably spend the entire episode doing that. Because, yeah, I want to see what quests there are for the surrounding areas. There's at least a chance that we might even get a quest for that place I was just at, right? So, you know, it's kind of more satisfying to have the quest beforehand. So we'll see. Yeah, for the time being, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.